over some examples. Turn to the back. Example 1. This is a rectangle. I want you to draw it on the back of your notes. I want you to draw the rectangle, and I want you to draw the diagonal going through the rectangle. Label the diagonal C. The width of the rectangle is 4 feet. And the height of the rectangle is 3 feet. We're going to try to figure out what the diagonal is using the Pythagorean Theorem. A little side note, whenever you buy a TV, the measurement of the TV is the diagonal length of it. So they actually use the Pythagorean Theorem to determine the measurement of a TV. So if you buy a 42-inch TV, it's actually the measurement of the diagonal and not the height or the width. So keep that in mind whenever you see a TV or buy a TV. Let's use the Pythagorean Theorem. Let's pretend like this is a TV, and we're going to find the size of the TV by finding the measurement of the diagonal. Now, is the diagonal the measurement of one of the legs or the hypotenuse?
The hypotenuse.
Right, the hypotenuse. So let's start by just writing the formula. A squared. And remember this formula. If you can. If you can't, you will be provided with a reference sheet. The most important thing is that you know how to use the formula. And you know what each letter represents in the formula. Remember, A and B represent the what?
Baby represents the legs.
Yes, the legs. And C represents the what?
The hypotenuse.
Hypotenuse. So those are the important things to remember. So let's go ahead and substitute what we can into the formula. Can we substitute anything for side A?
No.
Look up here. Which side A is one of the legs, right? Are we given both of the legs?
Yes.
Yes, so we can use either one of these numbers for A. Since I got a little A above 4, let's just use 4. So I'm going to write 4 squared. Does everybody understand?
Yes.
Okay. Under B squared, can we substitute anything?
Yes.
We can substitute it for what? 3. So we're going to write 3 squared. And what will we write under C squared? Just C squared, because we don't know what it is yet. It's not 7. It's A squared plus B squared, not A plus B. Okay? Alright, so 4 squared is equal to 8, correct?
16.
No, it's equal to 16. Let's add. Bring down an addition sign. 3 squared is equal to 6, correct? No, it's equal to 9. And we don't know what C squared is or C is yet, so let's just bring down C squared. Now in the song it says, use the measure of the legs to get the other one. You square them. Did we square them?
Yes.
And then the song says you add them. Have we added them yet?
No.
No. So let's add them. What's 16 plus 9?
25.
25. And then the last part of the song, or that verse says, you take the square root. So we're actually going to take the square root of 25, and we're going to take the square root of C. What's the square root of C squared?
C.
C. What is the square root of 25? 5. So the measurement of the diagonal is 5 what? Feet. 5 feet, which is about 60 inches. So this will be like a 60-inch TV.
Alright.
So that'll be a pretty nice big TV to go in your living room if that's what you want to spend your money on. And remember, you won't have much money if you don't learn this math. So moving on to example 2. Example 2, gives you another situation. It is a right triangle, we can clearly see that. But what is given? The two legs or the leg and the hypotenuse. Look at it carefully. The legs and the hypotenuse. So let's go ahead by starting by writing the formula. Which formula is pretty easy to remember. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Everything is just in alphabetical order. Okay, so we're going to substitute in the equation, the Pythagorean Theorem equation, whatever we can. Do we know what A is? Yes, what is it?
8.
So we're going to put A squared plus, that's a part of the formula. Do we know what B is? No, so we're just going to bring down B squared. Do we know what C is?
Yeah.
10.
So we're going to write down what? 10 what?
Square.
10 squared. So the second verse in the song says, if you're given a leg and the hypotenuse, you square them both and subtract the two. So let's see how we're going to end up subtracting. A squared is 16, right? No, it's 64. Plus, and we bring down B squared equals, and I bring down 20, right? No, I bring down 100. We're not saying 10 times 2, we're saying 10 times 10. Okay? The song says you subtract the 2. So this is the equation where we're going to subtract what from both sides? 64. That's what I mean in the song by subtract the 2. Because after we square them, we end up subtracting from both sides. Okay? And B squared is equal to 36. And the very last part of that verse says you take the square root. So we take the square root of both sides. And B is equal to, what is B equal to? 6 what? Centimeters. It's very important to include the centimeters.